What's up guys, Dave Moore here. I want to do a quick video on dry practice. Some people call it dry fire, I call it dry practice because I'm not firing, I'm practicing with the use of snap caps or just an empty gun. But for reload, snap caps is kind of a good thing to have. I kind of want to show you a few things that I do, a few of the ways I try to think while I'm doing it. I see a lot of people just kind of, standing there. They draw, maybe holster, then they kind of mope around, kind of draw, nothing that's really going to help you. So, there's a few things I don't, like I said, I'm not, God when it comes to shooting any firearm or anything like that, but a few things I do to practice that helps me. I get most of my training from dry practice, I should say. Most of my practice from dry practice. Doesn't cost anything except, what, 15 bucks for some snap caps. And don't have to go anywhere. You can do it at home if you have room. Most people do. Put a little target on the wall, a little dot. Choose an object. Make sure your gun's unloaded. You should all know that. And just, draw. Dry practice, reloads, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to go through a few things that I do, a few ways that I get myself to think whilst doing it, and let's have fun with it. Alright, starting it off, make sure firearm is unloaded. Verify that your magazines are unloaded. These are snap caps. These are the things you're going to want to get. Unloaded, no live ammo in the room, no ammo. Alright, so basically a few things that I do the draw, shoot, do the reloads, speed reloads, tactical reloads, draw from concealment, reload from concealment. See, that's a big thing I'm seeing, at least that I did, that really made me think of it. People at the range always have a shirt tucked in, holsters out, these big old bongo holsters, their leg rig, that they look ridiculous in because it's down by their knee. I've said it. And there's drawing, shooting, drawing, shooting. Maybe they're not doing it for concealed carry. Maybe they're doing it, it's a range holster. So, I mean, whatever. I'm not talking about that, about those people. But drawing, shooting, everything's tucked in. Reloads, magazines, right there. Well, if you concealed carry, as you should, everything's covered. Gun's not there. More guns there, you can't see it. Mags are covered. So what happens? If everything's tucked in, it's easy, great. Simulation time, alright? So you draw, great. Draw right there. You just reach down, there's a gun. Reach down, there's a gun. Boom. It's beautiful. Reloads. You sweep the body, there's a mag. There's a mag. You feel it. All you do is just go and grab it. Okay? Well, if you concealed carry, guns under the shirt, mags, you can get them, but they're covered. So, I found one of the hardest things is reloading from concealment, being that they're covered up with the garb, shirt, whatever. So, the draw is easy. I mean, you pretty much dry practice what I do. Just grab the shirt, pull it all the way up, draw, punch out, fire. I mean, pull the shirt over your, not over your head, but up as far as you can. As you see, if you just kind of half-ass it, you're going to grab your shirt. Just fine. I mean, it's going to happen. It's going to happen more often than not, I feel. So you go, get some shirt in there, pull through it. I mean, bypass it, improvise. You're in a fight, fuck that shirt. Tear it off if you have to. I mean, draw, if you get it, simulate you grab it, just rip through it, alright? Fuck the shirt, tear it off, get it out of the way. I mean, don't fuck this shirt, I like this shirt. This is my Wishes for Warriors Bearing Burden shirt by 1776 United. I wear the shirt all the time, but if it's my life on the line, I gotta draw, and there's some shirt in there, tear it, I get a new one, who cares? But you draw, completely clear, boom. You're going to put something on the wall, a target, or a point of view, so when you draw, you can fire at it. Don't just fire randomly. Don't just try to be, you know, Johnny Quickness here. Just draw, you know, whatever. Because it ain't going to help you. If you're not practicing getting your sight picture, sight alignment, trigger control, all that, you need to find a spot and hit for it. If you have a certain pistol, it's even better. I can't afford one right now, but that's why I use this and Snapcat. Whatever. You saw in that last draw, I got some shirt, but did it really hang me up too much? Not really. I mean, you really have to practice around the shirt, and you got to think if you're wearing a t-shirt, you know, cool. Pull it up. Phew. If you're wearing a jacket, it's thicker. You got a thicker coat on. Is it going to be as easy to pull that up? Probably not. If you have a shirt or jacket that's open, you have to learn to sweep that past you, sweep it, grab it. Another thing, this might be kind of a rambling video. I'm tired, I'm moving, you can see I've got garbage everywhere. But I figured I'd do a video with my board. So, yeah, two-handed pew. I'll practice, and I'll also practice doing a one-handed pew. One hand is even more of a pain. I mean, you gotta think. Do you want to grab it, clear it, draw? Do you want to try to sweep it up with your hand, draw? Best way really is if you try these little thumb sweepies, try to do it with your thumb, all dainty, you're gonna miss it and you're gonna be screwed. So you want to really just get it out of your way. I mean, whether you're doing it like this or you're doing it one-handed, just get it out of the way. Another thing as far as the draw, I practice a lot, is not even concealed, just real quick flinching, getting myself in a mindset that I'm being attacked. I know you can't simulate it at your house, but think of a time you had stress, you know, that you kind of like, oh, shit, you know, and just try to mimic it. Whether, you know, competition time or somebody just turned a corner and scared the shit out of you, whatever. Kind of try to put your mind into that. It's not going to be the same, I understand, but it's something. You know, come in, flinch, grab it real quick, you know, kind of flinch to get it. Flinch, you know, once you have your placement, you're good. Then you can flinch and pull it up. Flinch and pull. But the big thing I practice is when I shoot, I don't really aim, as in I'm not going one eye closed trying to get that perfect bullseye shot. What I'm doing is muscle memory dry practice constantly. It's basically grabbing it and pushing it out, same spot every time. So as I grab it, I turn it the same way, and every time I push out, the gun's pointed pretty much along the same plane. It's going to the same place. So ultimately, without even aiming, so I'll find a little spot in this wall here, pull it out, I know where I hit. I hit that spot. And in theory, nothing shot out of it, but it's kind of the same thing. And smooth is fast. You can be trying to real quick with all these jerky motions. You're going to end up fumbling and looking like a jack-off. At least look like a jack-off when there's somebody staring in your window and you're getting all fucking thriller with it. Either way. Draw. I know exactly where it's at. Boom. And, you know, I'm not a pro. I'm not, you know, the fastest person. Not the best shot by any means. By any means. But at a close distance, I know that I can draw and pop off around in the same spot without even closing an eye and staring at the sights. If I just practice, it's not hard. I mean, it's really not hard. It's just making sure that your draw is coming to the same spot. You know, as you draw, it's coming up and you're pushing it to the same spot. I mean, I've got a little lamp, top of a lamp shade, a little ball thing. Looking at it, and boom, I mean, it's right there. You know, for concealment, nothing changes. Boom, right there. And then you want to practice as you draw, getting it up, popping a round off. Alright, so that's basic. I mean, that's easy, that's fun. You can do that sitting down. Do it sitting down, do it in a chair. Do it, you know, so you can see, imagine, you know, someone behind you. And you see him, boom, you know. If they're behind you coming, number one, you're not just going to pull and shoot. You're going to want to see who they are. You're going to get them. Same thing. Glocks especially, I mean, they're made for the pointing human finger. So, if you come out and just point your finger, I mean, it's pretty much like holding a Glock right there. You can even do that for practice. Just getting that motion. You know, the Glock, getting that motion, and you're there. Look, pinch, boom, line up, you know, assess it. Hopefully at this point there isn't anybody looking in the window, because you're going to look like a jackass. But hey, that's the price you pay, right? You know, that's draws. So that's the you know, draw reload from concealment, really. I mean, draw, reload, up on the magazine, and you're there. Up on the magazine, and you're there. Really, just make sure you're getting your shirt out of the way. Practice it. Don't wear one of your fancy t-shirts. You're going to stretch the shit out of it. You might even tear it if you get all into it when you're down here. Like I said, once all of your accoutrements are covered, it makes it a lot harder, and you got to work with that. If you're concealed carrying and you're not practicing concealed, what are you really doing for yourself? Nothing. You can do malfunctions. You can do, like I said, speed reloads, tactical reloads. I'll say it again. If you're doing tactical reloads, make sure you're grabbing from that mag source to get it in there. Because when you go to do a speed reload and you're empty and you're trying to just get new ammo in there, you're going to go for that front. And if that's a half full mag or an empty mag, you just screwed yourself. Okay, well, let's go with this. Speaking of concealed carry, a few things that I've done in my gun. Just trying to get it in frame here. You got the Rob Pincus Ice Claw EMS rear sight. This is great for one-handed things. Rack it off your belt, rack it off of any hard surface. Like I said in the video before, somebody's face. I mean, it'll grab on anything. Do it on whatever. Anything that'll grab it. Solid surface, rack, rack, rack. It's sharp. It's going to grab wood. So if there's wood around, you go to get it. It's going to dig into it. Here, I'll show you. Here's a bow that I made. And it's going to really grab it. I mean, no problem. It's going to grab it. So I've got that. That's great. Grip tape on the top. Rubberized grip tape for dock, stairs, whatever. I got this beaver tail adapter, which is kind of shit. I broke a bunch of these pins. They're not very good, but I like the beaver tail. I like beaver, and I like tail, so boom, it works. Ghosting, bolt forward, slide lock, slide release. Glass half empty, half full, whichever one you want to say. I've got the Vickers Tactical floor plates. I've got a Streamlight TLR1 HL. Very bright light, very good. You know, practice with your light. Turn it on. Do you want to turn it on with your index finger? Do you want to turn it on with your support hand? Do you want to try to strobe them? That's harder. You want to have it all the way on to where it just stays on. Clearing the room. Clearing the house. But if you're not used to using a light, you're going to end up holstering it. There you go, walking around, jawing your light up, goddamn light shining out of your holster. So practice with your light if you're going to use it. Because it's not going to be a flashlight. You're not just going to take it out and try to find your keys. At least you shouldn't, because it's a firearm. These floor plates make it a little easier to grab the magazine. Gives you a little more surface area. I don't like all these big old bongo floor plates because they're just, you don't want all that digging into you, all these big ass things. So these work fine for me. Whatever. And yeah, I mean, doing the draw, trigger control, side alignment, side picture. One thing, okay, I'm gonna try to explain this. I had a few of my friends ask me, so do you shoot with one eye open or both eyes open? The answer is I shoot with both eyes open. If you train properly to where every time that gun's going in the same alignment, then you know where you don't really need to aim because you know where it's going. Well, now this is the hard part to explain. You shoot both eyes open. Let's say right-handed, right eye down, or whatever. Stare at the front sight. You have a blurry rear sight. So you're basically lining up the blurry rear sight that's to the right or to the left if you're right-handed. Basically the blurry rear sight that's in the inside of your body is what you're going to line that front sight with. Okay? But the target's blurry. So you're kind of doing that through your peripherals with the rear sight. That's what I do if I'm doing that method. So you stare at the front sight, which is the last area that you're going to see where the bullet comes out of, and your target's going to be blurry. Okay? So that might confuse some people. Which blurry target am I going to shoot at? Okay? Well, what I do the majority of the time is I stare at the target, because you're under stress, you're getting attacked, you're going to get that gun out and you're seeing that target. I mean, all of your focus is on that threat. So your eyes are going to bug out of your head. Boom. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay? So you stare at the target and you just kind of see your sights. The blurry sights that are on the inside of your body. Okay? Blurry sights that are on the inside of your body. So you're going to see two guns basically. Two reflections. The one that's nearest your center line is the one that is in front of your eye. Okay? So you stare at the target, you can still see your sights pretty clearly. And you can line them up. So you can really, in theory, bullseye shoot while staring at the target. Okay? So eyes are bugging out, you're seeing the threat, you can line the sights up just fine. I've practiced it, it works. So going back, if you're staring at your front sight, you're pretty much going to go cross-eyed. Target will be blurry, rear sights will be blurry. You want to line the dovetail of the rear sight. The rear sight that you see nearest the inside of your body is the one you want to line up with that clear front sight. Okay? So you see a front sight blurry target, pew pew. Shot. I don't like staring at the front sight. It makes me feel weird. It kind of makes me go cross-eyed. So you stare at the target, you can still see your sights, but you look at the blur picture of sights nearest the inside of your body. So punch out, you're looking at the target. You see a gun in sights here and a gun in sights here. That's your eyes kind of going across. You'll line up the one that's nearest the inside of your body. and that's your sight. So it's a little clearer. The one that you want to look at is a little clearer. And I don't know if that makes any goddamn sense, because it's hard to verbally explain. And I'm, quite frankly, I'm kind of confusing myself as I'm saying it. But I explained it to a guy earlier today at the vape shop. He started shooting, he's going to police academy. He was kind of wondering what I do, because everybody says front sight, but it's kind of hard. I mean, really, you stare at your front sight, your target's blurred, he starts moving, you're seeing two of them. Which one is it? So, stare at the front sight, rear sight, in the blur nearest the inside center line of your body, line it up with your front sight. Just make that front sight cover whatever the target is. Stare at the target, which you're going to do. Oh fuck. You just line up the blur inside of your body. Like I said, you're going to see two guns. You're going to see this one, and you're going to see another one. Reflection of your eyes crossing. Basically, I guess that's the best way to describe it. And you're going to line up with the one nearest the center line. You see one out here, the one nearest your center line. And really, a big thing to, at least for me, that I found self-defense shooting. Draw out, and just line those sights up in your head.